The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Tom O'Brien Show is produced every business day after the market close. Tom takes your phone calls from 4 to 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time using the data available at that time.
Let's go to a Bill in Boca Raton. Hey, Bill, what's going on?
Not too much. Enjoying the warm weather in Florida just like you, except on the other coast.
Perfect, man. Perfect.
Yep.
Do you listen on the internet right now?
Yes.
Cool, man. Cool.
No, I enjoy that. That's in your Tiger TV and everything. I've been watching you for years, and you've really taken this whole programming to a level that's just phenomenal.
I appreciate it.
And now, here's Tom O'Brien.
All right, welcome everybody today to the Tom O'Brien Show. I am not Tom O'Brien. I'll be filling in for him for the first hour of the Tom O'Brien Show. My name is Don Kaufman. I'm actually with Thinkorswim from TD Ameritrade, and I'll be taking some of your calls here. So normally I do an option hour on this particular show here for TFNN, and today, though, we're going to be talking about stocks, options, futures, currencies, anything goes. Give us a call. Of course, you guys know the number, 877-927-6648. I'll give you guys kind of a quick recap of the marketplace. But before we even get to the recap of the marketplace, numbers are now out on Microsoft. I'm kind of watching them here in real time. If you guys are watching Tiger TV, numbers just came out. Looks like revenue pretty much hit it right on the head here. Earnings per share actually beat. And if you take a look, Microsoft closed at $27.09. It's now up to $27.70. I'm watching like a NASDAQ level 2 quote right now, all the different trades going through. And I'll even pull up time and sales so we can see every single trade that literally goes through here on Microsoft. So, yeah, definitely some good action here in Microsoft after hours, which is, of course, still driving the futures markets. NASDAQ futures, give you guys kind of quick rundown of the market. NASDAQ futures up 23.25. Just a moment ago, they're only up 19. So they did pop a little bit here on the earnings announcement from Microsoft. S&P futures up 20.5. Dow futures up 182 on the day. Of course, Russell futures up about 10. Looking at that VIX volatility index down about $1.46 in the day. Oil up 88 cents, and the bonds have been off throughout the day. So a little bit of selling in the bonds. Of course, interest rates inversely up. Anyway, that's kind of where we stand today. As you guys know, again, I host the options hour, so, that's a little bit of my forte would be options. If you guys want to call in, you want to talk about option trades, you're looking at individual stocks, you might want to create an option trade, give us a call, 877-927-6648, because I'm here to talk about it. I'm going to talk about a couple of things, everything options related, sure. We'll look at a couple of different underlying securities today. I'm a big ETF guy, so if you guys want to discuss a little bit about ETFs. But in general, it's a free-for-all, so lines are open to your calls. And let's kind of get started here, looking through a couple of different underlyings. Again, the news story here after hours, of course, is Microsoft just released the earnings announcement. We've got pretty decent-sized volume going through. I'm watching on Tiger TV kind of a level 2 NASDAQ quote, as well as I'm looking at time and sales. And what time and sales is, for those of you that don't typically look at that, it's basically every single trade that's going through. So time and sales is displaying me the exact time, the trade price, and literally the size of the trade going through. And it's unusual, but we just clipped through here 10,000 shares after hours. Pretty sizable trade. Most of these are actually blocks of about 100. So, yeah, there's definitely some size in there. What's also kind of interesting about Microsoft, and for those of you that are not option traders, you might get a little bit out of this talk over here, and something I've discussed numerous times when I do the options hour, is that we've got a little feature built into Thinkorswim. It's called Market Maker Move. And the Market Maker Move, I'll explain it in just a second, is an indication, or is indicating, I should say, how far this underlying Microsoft will move, okay, either up or down right before its earnings. And the Market Maker Move is an indication today on Microsoft of about 87 cents. So for the most part, what the market maker move really entails, it's a one standard deviation, 1 day move on Microsoft. So if you saw Microsoft close basically at $27.09, and right now it's up to $27.80, which is dead on almost with the market maker move. And again, that market maker move is a one-day, one standard deviation move. It means approximately 68% of the time, that's one standard deviation, that Microsoft will stay in the range, either up 87 cents or down 87 cents. And then what that's based on is the option pricing. It's based on the implied volatility of the options. But you can take the implied volatility of the options and extrapolate those to how far a stock can move within a given period of time. And it's a really slick feature kind of built into the Thinkorswim platform. We've had it for quite a while in there, but regardless if you're an options trader or not, you got to appreciate a feature that's actually displaying approximately how far a given underlying will move prior to the expiration. Anyway, with that, we're going to jump to a couple of callers, and again, you guys can always give us a call, 877-927-6648. Let us jump to Mark in Florida. You there, Mark? You there with us, Mark? I don't think Mark is on the line.
Where'd he go?
All right. Is he gone? You there? All right. So I guess Mark is not on the line here. So we could jump to another one here. It looks like we've got another caller here from... Yeah,
Hello?
You there?
Yeah.
Yeah, is this Mark?
Hello?
Hello?
Hello? Hello?
Huh?
Hello?
I don't think you can hear me, Mark.
I can hear you.
Oh, you can. All right.
Can you
Just
hear
making
me?
sure. Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, fire away. What do you got for us?
Okay. I did like a call spread on Apple the other day before their earnings came out.
Yeah.
A 375 and a 380, and I paid like a 210 on the credit or debit.
The weeklies? Did you use the weeklies or the August? Okay, the weekly this week, which is the front month. If you did it the other day, you've got 1 day left till expiration. 375, 380. It's widened out right now to about $5, right?
Okay, you know what? It did. I looked at August.
No, it's all right. Yeah,
and spread doesn't change. Like this should reflect that $5 difference, but I was looking at the wrong month. I am so sorry.
Totally. No. You know what? That is like one of the most common questions is, with options, you can't just hit it, hey, I think the stock's going up, I think the stock's going down. You got to have that timing right. The weekly options, I think that's what we discussed earlier in the week, and this trade was utilizing the weekly option because it was for, earnings were coming out. You had that 1 day move that you were going to get, and this spread widened out beautifully. It's literally, it's in the money enough. You basically got, $4.80 on this.
Correct. I'm going to close that out. Yeah, I heard you talking about doing the 370 to 375.
Yeah,
on
definitely. So, no, you know what? Any of those right in and around, I mean, Apple, the interesting thing about Apple was it was one of those shots you had to take on this. Either you're going to be right, you're going to be wrong. You could have done the bullish, slightly in-the-money call spread that was bullish, or a slightly in-the-money put spread that was bearish. One of two things was going to happen. Apple was not going to stay flat, though. So I'm glad you picked the right direction. I got to tell you, I was actually thinking it was going to have quite the down move coming into the earnings, but that stock has just like been a freight train to the upside recently. And Apple is a stock. I just love to hate this stock.
Yeah. Hey, Don, I got a question. My question though will be probably if that was the August one. So would I have to ride it out till it got closer to expiration for it to widen on that spread?
So the August one, you're going to have to wait a little longer than 29 days out from expiration. In about 2 weeks, this would have widened out a little bit more. But had you done the August, it wouldn't have been as beneficial. But then again, you can look at the flip side of that. You probably would have done the spread for the exact same amount. If you paid $250 for the spread, you can make $250 in the spread. But the reality is there was enough time left. August expiration's got 29 days to go till expiration. There was enough time left in this spread that if it had gone the wrong way against you, you wouldn't have gotten crushed. So it's kind of that double-edged sword. Like, you wouldn't have made as much if you had actually utilized the August expiration, but the other side is you wouldn't have lost as much.
Alrighty. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem.
Thank you.
Thanks for giving us a call. Great. So, yeah, with that, and again, you guys fire away questions. If you're not really all that familiar with options, you can always give us a call and say, hey, where do I learn more about options out there? So, of course, the number here is 877-927-6648. I'm going to jump to another caller. And doesn't look like he can even read the name on here, but got a question here from St. Petersburg, Florida. Looks like I've got a question on POT. You there?
Yes, I am right here. How are you, sir?
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't catch your name on here.
Oh, it's Prayrock.
Okay, I did catch it, and I'm thinking, there's no way I didn't want to butcher that one.
That's no problem at all. That's no problem.
Yeah, fire away. What do you got?
Well, question I have for you is I bought this penny stock approximately 4 weeks ago, and I saw on the 52-week high and low that the low was like 2 cents back in February of this year, and the high was on June 29th of $1.24. So I know that these are the stocks that if you buy them, you could short them and, kind of profit huge off of them if you sell them off at the right time. Well, my question to you, based on your insight, is can you tell me what you think of this stock? Do you think it's a good buy? I mean, I've been hearing a lot of, stuff on the news about them and, emails that they're acquiring a lot of, properties overseas and here in the U.S. So I've
always got strong feelings in regards to penny stocks in general. I mean, this is an underlying that honestly not very familiar with. I typically myself, I never trade the penny stock. So the question I always ask people is, why some of the penny stocks? I always fire that away like early on is, why'd you choose one of the penny stocks? And most people tell me, well, I didn't want to risk X amount of capital. Well, I figured I'd take a shot on this particular, a company out here. So looking at this and, looking at the chart and so forth, I'm a big-time contrarian. Like, I don't buy into strength, and this stock has got strength in here. I mean, this thing's already moved from, basically from nothing up over $1, reverted back, and it's trading right now about 78 cents. To me, this thing, it's had its move. The volume is high, but that means nothing. It's an over-the-counter, bulletin board stock. At least the bid-offer spread, though, is tight. It's 78 cents by 79 cents. But, I got to tell you, in my career of trading, and, I come from, the market-making background and also, running part of a brokerage firm for the last 11 years. And, literally, these stories never typically turn out very well for clients. And that's based on experiences. Many clients risk huge amounts of capital in stocks that are basically valued like this at almost next to nothing, and they just take a shot and hang on to them. As in the brokerage business, we'd rather see you do something a little bit more advantageous for yourself, like utilize different types of option strategies where at least you have some probability out there.
So if there's any email that says that it's going to go to like $10, would you kind of say that's not going to happen?
I would run. There's a lot of email phishing scams out there, so I would run. I got to jump to a break here, all right? I appreciate you giving me a call.
Thank you for taking my call.